Hey guys, Noah here, and I apologize for not getting a review up earlier for Monsters University because I didn't see it until Sunday, and I hadn't got the chance to give you a video on the film, so instead of being on camera, I'm recording this on audio so you can still hear me give out my thoughts. By the way, if you'd like to know, I am reading this straight off of my written review on WordPress, so if you would like to read along, please click the link in the description below and join me. First off, I would like to mention that Pixar's newest short film attached to Monsters University, entitled The Blue Umbrella, was something truly beautiful. Its animation was surreal and truly put the arts in heart. Now without further ado, here are my thoughts on Monsters University. Back in November 2001, the geniuses at Pixar Animation Studios brought us Monsters Incorporated, introducing us to Mike and Sully, one of the studio's most famous dynamic duos. The film was not only a commercial success, but was hailed by critics and audiences alike thanks to the film's lovable characters, laugh-out-loud humor, and genuine heart. And to this day, Monsters, Inc. remains one of my favorite animated films. Now, Pixar invites us to Mike and Sully's college experience in this prequel, Monsters University, in which we first follow Mike, our mutated tennis ball-looking friend, who attends MU to pursue his dream of becoming a scarer, the most respected position in a monster's possible career field. There he meets Sully for the first time, whom we realize is a part of a highly respected family in the scaring business. Mike has worked his entire life to become a scarer, while Sully never studied a page, feeling he doesn't need to due to his family's name. And once we witness these two first meet, we have our two heroes use their respective differences to overcome their rivalry and compete with their fraternity, Uzma Kampa, to win the Scare Games competition. As much as I adore the original Monsters, Inc., I was not as excited for MU as much as I would have liked to, and for two reasons. First, Pixar has been on a string of two disappointing entries into their otherwise fantastic filmography. After the abysmal Cars 2 and the mediocre Brave, the studio has been sliding down due to its reputation of making some of the best animated films being made today. Also, the film's trailers and TV spots, while not necessarily anything awful, weren't really doing enough for me to get pumped, other than seeing the characters that I love from childhood. But going into the theater, I had a glimmer of hope, because even though Pixar's last two films weren't great, they were still the geniuses behind Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Up. Not only some of my favorite animated films, but even all-time favorite films in general. Pixar has shaped much of my childhood in terms of filmmaking and storytelling, so despite my reservations, I remained optimistic for MU. And I am more than happy to say that Pixar has taken a step back right on track. Monsters University is simply terrific. As usual with Pixar, the voice acting for the characters is top-notch. Billy Crystal and John Goodman reprise their roles as Mike and Sully respectively, and gladly bring them back to life on the big screen. Their chemistry in the first film was brilliant, but now seeing these two characters when they were not the best friends, but rather bitter rivals, was truly interesting to see thanks to Crystal's comedic mantra and Goodman's deep, lovable voice. The film's voice ensemble is also composed of Steve Buscemi, who reprises his role as Monsters, Inc.'s original villain, Randall, Helen Mirren as Dean Hardscrabble, as well as other actors like Joel Murray, Nathan Fillion, Charlie Day, Alfred Molina, among others. Every single vocal performance in this film is of high quality and done without the feeling of seeing the actors performing in this recording studio. Unsurprisingly for a Pixar film, the animation in MU is stunning. The character designs for all the monsters on screen are all visually creative, and the colors just bounce right off the screen, being a feast for the eyes. In just normal shots, there is always something in the background going on, giving the film a sense of ongoing excitement throughout, which is thanks to the director, Dan Scanlon. Scanlon truly makes MU entertaining, whether visually or through his script, also co-written by Daniel Garrison and Robert L. Baird. The majority of the jokes thrown out ranges from a chuckle to a full-on laugh, not only through the film's dialogue, but also due to the new memorable characters introduced. Whether it is Dean Hardscrabble or the Uzma Kampa fraternity, the combination of their memorable character designs and lovable personality makes them a more than welcome addition to the world of Monstropolis. Monsters University also has the ultimate nostalgia factor for those who grew up with the original and constantly rewinded their VHS tapes. The film's subtle throwbacks, such as the appearance of Monsters, Inc., the facility itself, or even a few surprise cameos from the other memorable characters from the original film, will leave fans in delight. As for the film's flaws, they're not necessarily monstrous, sorry, couldn't resist, but they're mainly nitpicks. First off, the film's actual story structure is kind of safe, especially for a Pixar film. It's the traditional rivals becoming friends story that we have seen countless times, and knowing the film is a prequel, it's harbored with the audience's knowledge of where Mike and Sully will end up at the end. But surprisingly enough for a prequel, Monsters University retains a good sense of investment, especially in the film's third act, in which prior to its initiation, what feels like the film's ending truly pulls the rug right under the audience, leaving them curious to see what happens next, which results into an absolutely phenomenal tribute to classic horror movie tropes and cliches that shows Pixar at its creative heights, not only through animation, but through storytelling. And I absolutely loved the way the film concluded, while being a satisfying ending and remaining realistic but encouraging with its overall message. Even if you find yourself at the bottom and people may tell you that it's impossible for you to reach your aspirations, with enough persistence and determination, you'll find yourself at the top. I really cannot say anything else I didn't like about this film other than the fact that I feel Randy Newman's score was not as good as his previous score from the original film, and that about a third of the jokes missed the bullseye. But if those are the only criticisms that I have, then it truly proves that this movie is a blast in the theater. Monsters University is a more than welcome step back in the right direction for the creative geniuses at Pixar, thanks to the terrific voice acting, pristine animation, entertaining humor, nostalgia factor, and nice, non-spoon-fed message. Truly a breath of fresh air for animated films. Monsters University earns a 4.5 out of 5. Anyways, thanks guys for listening to my review for Monsters University. If you want to see more videos of mine, you can click that button and subscribe, leave a comment down below, like this video, share this on Facebook and Twitter, any other social media device you may use. Of course, you may have followed along with me on this written review, so without further ado again, I'd just like to mention greenarcreviews.wordpress.com, my WordPress blog. You can check out my latest written reviews there, and also you can check out my Facebook page down in the description below. And also, get excited because I'm going to be giving you a special early review for White House Down coming up. So, get interested in that. And thanks for listening, guys. I am Noah from Green Arc Reviews, and I will see you in my next video.